It's time for Hindsight 2020.
That made her look like a fool here.
I can see clearly now the rain is gone.
On 1460 WXBR.
Welcome back to 1460 WXBR. It's the Sports Blast. Remember to check us out online, sportsblast.co. That is sportsblast.co. We're going straight into one of our segments called Hindsight 2020. A great segment, a lot of fun, where we just basically call each other out on what we said the previous week. And trust me, I've got a lot of stuff on my mind. I do remember Brian making a particular prediction last week, guys. That,
in our dry run.
In our dry run, before we actually went live with this show, that Miguel Cabrera is going to be a non-factor in this series. And he has been. He hasn't been Miguel Cabrera. He hasn't played all that well. But he said something along the lines of, Miguel Cabrera's not going to home run. You know what? Instead of me telling you, why don't we just play the sound, Brian? Why don't you do the honors?
Cabrera has 2 extra base hits since, August 26th.
But when the game is on the line, I'm terrified of him. I don't care if he's an 0 for 30. I don't care if he's an 0 for 30 slump. You leave something over the plate, he's going to put it on Lansdowne Street.
No, he's not.
Brian, refresh my memory here. Didn't he hit a towering home run in Game 2 of the ALCS to give the Detroit Tigers not a pretty big lead, but a lead at some point?
Yes, but that's one at bat.
It's still Miguel Cabrera, Brian.
One at bat.
It's one at bat. He's hurt. He's giving look.
He's hitting 240 this series.
Actually, 182, but
So he's doing way worse.
Why would you say that?
I'm just honest. No, but I'm just saying. I just wanted to bust Brian's balls because I know he's been struggling. But at the end of the day, you make a mistake to him, he is going to make you pay. And he still scares me. 60% of Miguel Cabrera is better than 100% of most guys, Brian.
Yeah, look, he scares me too, but I don't know who to really call out for Hindsight 2020 this week. Because Brian, you were right. He hit one over the Green Monster, but Brian was right in
Brian
that
has all the stats.
He hasn't hurt you that much. I mean, Game 2, he hits the home run, but you wind up coming back and winning that game. And then, really, that whole thing we were talking about in the dry run last week was with regards to who do you want up in a big situation, who don't you want to face. Last night, in Game 3, Cabrera comes up with runners on first and third in the bottom of the 8th inning with 1 out, and he can't even put a bat on the ball. Granted, he hit the home run in Game 2. I just don't know. I don't know who should be called out for Hindsight 2020
I just feel
week.
like just picking on Brian, but,
I mean, he is in a slump, but, he did have a crucial homer. And you look up, but you look up and down the Red Sox order, you see zeros too. It's really it's a pitching duel this series. There's really no batting. So I really don't take that statistic seriously because what did you say, 140?
He's hitting. Hang on, I closed it.
184.
182. I have.
182. That's pretty good compared to every other batter in this series. So,
yeah, that's true because Jacoby Ellsbury's hitting 100. Shane Victorino is .091. So
that's probably one of the highest.
Johnny Peralta is actually the highest. He's over 400. But yeah. But okay, fine, Brian. I guess you win that one because A, he's been struggling, and B, he didn't technically put it on Lansdowne Street.
No, he did not.
All right, fine, you win that one. Let's move on. We have another soundbite from last week. Let's go ahead and roll that.
Jimmy
Second
Graham's
of
the
all,
best tight end.
I think he's better than Jimmy Graham. I think he
what?
is.
How can you say that?
Rob Gronkowski is a better tight end than Jimmy Graham. And now you'll get
How
your
so?
chance, Brian.
How?
You'll get your chance.
Explain.
Yeah, why don't you explain, Brian? I believe we saw Jimmy Graham firsthand this past Sunday. How many catches did he have, guys?
Well, Aqib Talib is the best corner.
At least he played in a game.
Before Brian answers, he had 0. I'm gonna answer Aashish's question. He had 0. How many times was he targeted?
I don't have the target number in front of me, but it must have been at least 7 or 8 times.
Yeah, he was covered really well. And again,
and Breeze threw an interception when he threw to Jimmy Graham.
Guys.
Yeah,
I have something that Aashish says.
Oh, you have something?
Let's hear it.
Did Graham have more yards receiving than Rob Gronkowski last year? Did he have more touchdowns than Rob Gronkowski last year?
I don't know. Do you?
I do. Yeah.
Ooh, you sneaky devil, Brian.
Okay, apparently
I
don't.
show you that.
Okay, yeah, apparently I don't. Fine, I looked this up. Rob
snuck that one in
Gronkowski statistically did not have as good a year as Jimmy Graham last year. Fine. But, Brian, you forgot to leave out how many games Rob Gronkowski missed last year. So had he played in all 16, he would have eclipsed Graham's number.
You don't know that.
I'm pretty sure I do. First of all, Rob Gronkowski, as I mentioned last
That's
week,
like saying Miguel is going to hit Lansdowne Street. Come on.
he almost did. If that wall wasn't there, if that light stanchion wasn't there. My point is...
If.
Okay, the point is, Brian, Jimmy Graham, I believe, played in 15 games last year. Rob Gronkowski played in 11, all right? So 4 fewer. Jimmy Graham only had 200 or so more receiving yards than Rob Gronkowski. Rob Gronkowski had about 2 more touchdowns than Jimmy Graham. So if you even it out, Rob Gronkowski actually had the better year when you take into account the number of games played.
Law of averages. Right?
Exactly.
So
just call me the professor.
I mean, look, Gronkowski and Graham, I think I'd want them both on the team. Honest, I'd want them both on my team. If I had the choice between the two, I go Rob Gronkowski.
Would you rather have Drew Brees throwing to Rob Gronkowski or Tom Brady throwing to Jimmy Graham?
Now
That's a tricky question. That is, I want Tom Brady as my quarterback, although Drew Brees isn't far behind.
I mean, I take Tom Brady as the quarterback because it's Tom Brady. Drew Brees is really, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you got Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, all in the same conversation. And that's a tough one, but I mean, as far as tight ends go, I wouldn't mind the combination of Drew Brees and Rob Gronkowski either. I really wouldn't.
You look at the pass production for Brees and Graham compared to Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski, though. Jimmy Graham and Drew Brees blow them out of the water. I feel like it's always a downfield pass to Graham. Drew Brees on the run to Jimmy Graham. I feel like always. And Jimmy Graham is such an athlete. He played basketball in college. He knows how to, work his way through tackles, and he's so strong. So I don't know who to tip my, to give my vote to, but maybe Graham. I would say Graham over Gronkowski.
So you'd say Graham and Brees, or rather Graham and Brady over, or you're just going tight end to tight end. You're not talking about you're not doing the combinations.
It's tough to do quarterbacks, man, because there's so you look at Saints offense, they have so many weapons compared to the Patriots right now. Even back in the day, Brady had Randy Moss, and he had Brandon Lloyd last year. He had a bunch of weapons. Aaron Hernandez, you can make a case for too. But I just feel like the Saints, they've been consistent every year, and Graham has gotten the touches. Gronkowski, of course, with the injuries, you don't know what Gronkowski's going to show up every year.
And as you said, Mark, at least Graham has played.
Yeah,
right.
Snap.
And I was just going to say, that's the most underrated stat in all of sports is games played. I mean, Gronkowski hasn't really been there. Whether or not that's something to do with Gronkowski and his body and his makeup, I don't know. Or maybe it has a little bit more to do with the off the field stuff. Either way, you want the guy that's in there for you and the guy that you can count on to be in there for you. Most underrated stat in all of sports is games played.
Right. No, and I'm glad you mentioned the off the field stuff because before we go on and to our next segment where we'll have Paul Perillo joining us, we can ask him this. The off field antics, the off season stuff. You have a broken arm. You're Rob Gronkowski. You're going to Vegas and you're body slamming guys on stage. Probably not the smartest thing to do.
Gronk smash.
Yeah, a Gronk smash with a person's face. In the public eye where someone's probably going to videotape it. What's wrong with you?
I think if he was older and he got injured, I think it would be a total different story. I think he would be playing right now. He's young. He's into partying. He's into having fun. He really needs to grow out of his shoes and start playing and start prioritizing football as his major thing in life.
What has he done lately? He hasn't partied or anything. What has he done lately?
Yeah, because it's the season, Brian. You don't party in season. He parties during the off season.
Can he go to Vegas for a weekend? Oh, except the bye weekend?
I don't know what kind of pills he's taking for the injury. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
could be enjoying hope to God it's not HGH or something.
13 minutes till the Red Sox game, guys.
Oh, I'm
the
so
countdown begins.
Forward to
no,
it.
it begun like 40 minutes ago.
And we do have a TV in here, which is nice because we can provide everyone with updates. Although I'm sure people will be listening to the game itself, but I'm just so excited.
Yeah,
stick around here. We'll give you updates.
Yeah. No need to listen to the game. Listen to
us.
We'll
you can watch the game.
I'll do play-by-play.
Listen to us.
Yeah. We absolutely.
We'll
want
give
Brian
you
to
the
do some
No,
play-by-play.
we won't actually do that.
We can have Perillo do play-by-play.
We're like the Red Sox red zone. Like we'll show you we'll tell you when they score. We'll tell you when a big pitch happens. Strikeout. We'll be the Red Sox red zone. Seriously.
The point is, you don't have to
see
change
the TV
the
from
station.
over there.
No,
where
I
you're sitting,
can't.
Mark, if you guys could see where Mark is sitting, and I'm sure if you watch the video of this later, it's like he's at a very bad angle.
No
You
view.
won't be able to
No
see
view
me
of the
in the
TV.
video where Brian's facing. You'll be able to see me in the video in our studio right now.
That's true. That's true.
Hi, Brian.
Exactly, because we got the two cameras. But, we've got the TV going, so we're going to be looking up periodically. So I just apologize in advance if, one of us is talking and we have a sudden break of thought. It's just like, blah,
Actually,
blah, blah,
there's a
ha, ha,
glare.
ha.
There's a glare. I can see it.
You can see it?
I can
In the
see
reflect,
it.
so you'll be seeing everything backwards.
I can see it.
That's the way.
Johnny Gilliam's left.
So it'll be
He's
like an
batting
0-1
lefty tonight.
count. It'll be an 0-1 count, and you'll think it's 1-0. But anyways, guys, we're up against another break. As I mentioned, we're going to be switching as the Red Sox game starts. Of course, we're going to be switching to some Patriots talk. Paul Perillo of Patriots Football Weekly and Patriots.com will be joining us on the other side. Stick around. You don't want to miss that. 1460 WXBR.
After school.